Good evening from Blue Devil Gymnasium. Happy Thanksgiving. It's the 54th Thanksgiving tournament, and it's Blue Devil basketball right here on mechasportsco.com. And good evening, I'm Jeff Wellman as we join our first game. What an interesting start to a season. Missing some of the girls, obviously, but then even this weekend, and you'll hear us talk with Andy, and of course, also you'll hear us talk with our color commentator as Coach Pettit took a run to the hills, a little Iron Maiden there, I guess, and took off back to Rockford before the bad snow. So we go to the closest guy we can get right across the street, and of course, Coach Longo, welcome, and by the way, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir. Same to you and everybody that's listening. It's a different look. There's no doubt about it. But you know what? It's gone off well. We just had the Hall of Fame ceremony. A couple golfers just went in, and both teams are warming up. There's a little more than 9 minutes, but you know what? You still got time to get out here, but if you do, be careful because the roads are slick.
It did get to a little bit of a rain there, too, and of course, we're going to talk about this game in our pregame and the season and whole change in the look to the Blue Devils after 4 years. And you'll hear, of course, when we come back, the coaches' comments brought to you by the QHS Auto Group. And this is Blue Devil basketball. Almost went for volleyball again.
Yeah, I know.
Right here on mechasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And welcome back. The Coach's Comments, of course, powered by QHS Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. With me, Coach Andy Douglas. First of all, it is the 54th Thanksgiving tournament, and it's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was different, but it was good. You know, family was all in town. Brothers came back in town, so got a chance to spend some time with them and do a lot of cooking and hanging out together, so it was good.
And, of course, you say different. We had a team drop out, so we had a change.
Yeah.
The Quincy Southmore's played. That's a nice thing because they had a good game. They get an extra game in there. Then we have a snowstorm come in. Coach Pettit goes back home, and we don't get to a game until Saturday. That's all strange for us.
Yeah, it's been a weird year, weird start to the year, especially, you know, considering the Thanksgiving tournament's gone on for this long. And this is the first Thanksgiving since COVID, and next to that, I think I was in 6th grade before I had a traditional Thanksgiving where you're home all night. But made the best of it. You know, got a game in last night, getting another one in tonight, so all is well.
Two focus questions. Obviously, one quick one. This is not your team from last year or the last number of years. We had a great time. Our hats off to those kids, and we'll look forward to covering them all year long when they're college as well. So that is one thing, I guess, a quick comment that, wow, what a great group there.
Yeah, it was a really fun group. All those guys doing big things right now. You know, you get a chance to watch Keyshawn play quite a bit, doing extremely well. You know, whether they're playing or not, they're in college. They're growing. Got a chance to see Rico and Jarius and Mark Loudon last night. Always a pleasure catching up with those guys. And then some of those guys that are far away, you don't get to see, but get to text back and forth with, and they're all doing really well.
Okay, so now we've got a young team. The freshman coming in got second in state last year. That's a good thing. Thrown in the fire probably. We got a lot of guys in between, but we also have not only a young team, but an injured team right now. We're going to be waiting for some players that are key to this team.
Yeah, it's been a weird start to the year in a lot of different areas, and injuries has definitely been one of them. There's been more that have taken place prior to the start of the season than I've had in my entire career. Knock on wood that those are, we've had our fair share and we're done with those. But gradually getting guys back, but it does make things difficult. It makes it difficult because now you're plugging different guys in. We're working right now to figure out lineups, and then you're going to gradually start getting guys back, and that's going to mess with some things as well. So, from a coach's standpoint, there's a lot more that goes into it than meets the eye. But we're just excited to gradually start getting some of these guys healthy again.
And it's a lot of work. We work to the end of the season. We work for each year. And, of course, this group is young, so it should be a lot of fun. But, hey, it's great to be back here for Thanksgiving. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
All right, appreciate it.
And that's Andy Douglas. His comments are brought to you by the QHS Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. When we get back, the last game of the 54th Thanksgiving Tournament, it's Quincy High Blue Devil Volleyball. Nope, it's basketball. I had that just a while ago on mechasportsco.com.
This game is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co. You can find us at mechasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@mechasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/mechasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecha Sports Co.
And welcome back, Quincy High Blue Devil Gymnasium. Jeff Wellman, Matt Longo, first one for us this year. Blue Devils come in 0-1, losing last night to Lindblom out of Chicago, the Eagles, 67-46. Tough one there, but William Akami, he is tough, and he had 31 points, 6 threes last night. I think he's already got the MVP to the tournament before we even get to tonight's game. Pretty good, but we did see good things out of Thomas Woodson Jr., 17 points in his game. Tim Griffith had 8 points, 6 of those early in the ball game as well. And as you heard mentioning, we're still waiting for Milton Whitfield, Avion Tate, and Brennan Lepper.
And that'll make a big difference. The thing is, you just got to I guess the easiest way to think is you just got to hold the fort together. And it's tough to do. Injuries, every coach will tell you, injuries are all part of the game. Injuries are horrible, but you have to fight through it. And, you know, the old saying is next man up, and so they've got some kids probably thrown into the fire a little quicker than they want to be, but I always use the expression, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And if they can get through this rocky start with these injuries and get these guys back, you know, maybe toward, you know, first of the year, maybe a little bit later, they could start to get into the groove and make a run there. So not that they can't do it now, but it's an uphill battle with the injuries that they have.
Indeed, we had this 4 years ago when you were looking at Longcore, Thomas, Clay, all those guys. And Clay really not got the playing time till later. We saw those guys leaving, great group. You saw the 8th grade get second place, and you started looking at Lepper and Griffith and some of these guys and said, you know, they're going to have to step it up next year. The good news with that is if you get to play early at this part of your career, you know, you're thrown in the fire. Everything else is up. It should be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. This is my first. I watched a little bit last night. Came out here this afternoon, all 23 of us in the crowd watching, and it'll be fun to watch and see the progress of this team as the year goes on. And you know, I'm a strong believer in Andy Douglas. I think him and his coaching staff do a great job as far as preparing their kids for postseason play. And obviously, you know, 2 of the last 3 years make the Final 8, playing for a game to go to the state tournament, and came out on the short end of the stick in it all.
I tell you, looking at that too, Coach. Now, it was funny. They did drop one of the games. Earlier today, you did go to that game, Lindblom and Gateway Legacy. Yes. They dropped the game that was going to be Lindblom and the Quincy High Sophomores. Right. But if they'd have won, they'd have been 2-0. Now, we will say this, and I must say, congratulations to the Sophomores. They beat Gateway last night 83-62. But they won by 21. They were down Legacy by 28 the first quarter, with guys benched, the starters.
Right.
So they were down 33-5 to be in the game, but still, the Sophomores with Parker Douglas, the freshman,
right,
19 points. Carmelo Bloodson had 16, and Donovan King had 15. I don't remember those kids on our team because they said these are the 3 Devils, and there's 2 more guys that had double figures, but they didn't list who they were.
Oh, I wonder who it was.
It was the other team here on this team tonight.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't have it listed. That's why I love box scores. Again, I'm the sporting news guys. Everybody knows that. But it should be a blast. Good season out there again. Again, the conference is going to be tough. Last year, almost undefeated. Rocky got us up there at the Rock Garden.
Last game of the year, wasn't it?
Yes, and they're loaded. And then they got Arthur Abbey from Moline transferring, and they picked up a guy 6'7" from Riverside.
And I think East Moline's going to be pretty good too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
So, we've got our hands full, but you know what? These boys ain't going to back down, I can tell you that much right now.
We're in the middle of the mix, and it should be good. But, hey, all I know is it's always fun with Blue Devil basketball. And, again, we're going to talk about the girls a little bit, especially at halftime. And you put those in there this year. And across town, the Notre Dame boys already beat
Moline.
Yes, and so It's a good look, and the Notre Dame girls, Lady Raiders, are pretty awesome as well. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We're back with Blue Devil basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
This game is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co. You can find us at mechasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@mechasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/mechasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecha Sports Co.
And we are back here. And, of course, it was the Mecca pregame show, but we've got some businesses out there pending. So, again, they might get a hold of us at the first of the week, but if you want to be a sponsor on mechasportsco.com, you can get a hold of myself, Coach Pettit, his wife Lisa Pettit. There is a couple things open, and there's always a chance to get in the ball game, and that's been one of our delays in broadcasting this year because you got to be able to pay the bills, and Dave has been taking the hit for 2 years straight.
I know. And if you're out there and you want to, please join us.
Our national anthem. And our band, always great to hear the band. And it's great because I did do volleyball this year. We had a lot of games out there, which was nice. But we had no band during volleyball because they play the other earlier matches on the other court. So both courts are being used up to the varsity. But I said because during the girls, they do have it. And it's great. Well, you were there for me last year for 8 games. So it's Devil time. And we've got a new Devil. And I believe that's what I was looking for in the program. And then all of a sudden it hit Ben Shelp.
Yes.
And I guess Happel's grandson, is it not? Maybe?
Yeah, Katie, his mom, is sitting right down there.
Indeed.
Front row.
And so congratulations there. Hap, of course, the superstructure in his many days of Y and Chaddock basketball, the all-time center on our team, the all-century team. Hey, here's your starting lineup. First for the other side, Sarp Cheka. Got it. And everything that's a C is CH, so you're going to love it. Now, they throw number 20 on there, and I don't have number 20. Number 13 is Kyra Chetin. I think we must have a European team here, Euro-Asian. Number 14, Emre Hanchi. And rounding it out, number 21, Mickey. It's actually Miguel Montoy, one of the few names I actually got there that worked out really good. Coach helped me out down there, as well as Sarp. He went through, and when he got through all the names, I looked and I said, now I've got to go tell Brock these names too. And I said, he goes, hey, can you tell me my name again? And the guy called me on it right off the bat.
I want to tell you this. If you get sick or get laryngitis, they're going to be a number. Number 12 to number 5 to number 20. I just text the front desk right there to get number 20's name. You see?
Awesome.
You don't have it?
No, I do not. And you know what is funny is a lot of times we'll do that. We'll go Sarp C, Mr. J, and not even worry about the last name. But it's kind of nice. I guess what I could do, I'm going to mispronounce a bunch of the Quincy High fans so that I'm equal and fair tonight.
There you go.
So not the fans, but the players.
And you'll hear it, too.
Yes. By the way, Hall of Famers, we'll talk about them at halftime. 2 great golfers. Of course, recently Parker Freiberg, and then Mike McCullough from yesteryear, the early 70s. He was at stake 2 years in a row. Gary Anders was part of that team as well. And it was some good stuff. And so Mike was not here. Mike Terry looked pretty good.
Yes, he did.
Doing an imitation of Mac. So, and of course, Mac's brother was our age, Pat McCullough, the old Olympian discus, right?
Yes, he was.
Oh.
And he's got some records here at school.
He was a stud, man. I'll tell you what. And you'd have to throw in Nicole Kramer in that one because she also was a Olympic.
Yes, she was.
So Ben Shelp, welcome, Ben. Ben's a little taller too. That's funny. Not that Hellboy should be compared to him, but I was watching Hellboy the other day. Ron Perlman was the original one. He looked huge. He was only 6 foot. The guy that replaced him was 6'3", and he looked shorter. That's Hellboy and the Devil going together, folks.
Good job.
Throughout the year, normally we'll allow this to play out and not talk through it so that the can get excited. By the way, 2 changes again this year. One thing you'll see is no longer will you see kids along the sideline giving high fives to the Devil.
Yeah.
That is a not health. What do you want to call it?
Safety
Accident,
hazard.
safety there.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that will not happen. And if you're somebody that used to bring your chair with a back on it,
leave it at home.
yes. And there's a lot of people in our clientele and fan base a lot of times is farther up. Plus, you don't need to be old to have a bad back. So, as I had 15 years ago, and I'm a new man, tell you. All righty here, starting lineup here for the Blue Devils. In their home white, trimmed in blue. By the way, Gateway is in their red, trimmed in white. And I hope you enjoy this year. We've got a scoreboard at the top. We're going to work with score. We're not going to do time and all the other stuff. I'll learn that somewhere. And I will get that top changed to blue and gold instead of the Pittsburgh Steelers. One step at a time, folks.
Baby steps.
You got it. And I will get back to the coach for Gateway in a second here because I left him off. Here's our starting line for the Blue Devils. Number 4, that's Jacob Salisbury. Backup guard last year, lefty, good shooter. Number 13, Trace Ruth, 3-sport athlete, soccer player, broke his foot during the season.
Yes.
Came back. And, of course, now we've got him out. We'll have him for baseball. Thomas Woodson Jr., the 6'6 sophomore, had a good game last night. Jules Clausel, shoulder problem last year, got his shoulder fixed.
There's number 20's name if you're looking for it.
Oh, it's Bruno Cross.
Yeah.
So basically they changed. Oh, you know what I did, Coach? No, he was number 11, and they changed him to number 20.
Okay.
So he's a +9 in your book.
Okay.
It was number 11.
Okay, go through the starters because I got to mark them again.
You got it. Jacob Salisbury, Thomas Woodson Jr., Jules Clausel, Trace Ruth, and who was my last one? It would have to be Griffith, Tim, the freshman.
32.
On the other side, you got those now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just know numbers because I'm not going to be able to pronounce their names.
And, Coach, just remember, too, keep reminding me, you know, Coach Bearden used to do this all the time and said score. Keep mentioning the score.
Right.
Well, I don't want to mention the score tonight. I want
it's
you to say,
there.
make sure it's put down. I put it on there.
Okay.
Because I do a running score by hand, a book, and then I got to do that as well. So, by the way, Andy Douglas is our head coach. You got Bruce Bonas and Ryan Brown as well as Jeff Obert over there. And the opening tip is won
by Gateway.
Yep, and here we go. Devils on defense, starting this one off. Man-to-man, works the ball to the left side. That's Checky. I was thinking of what was the comedian way back when, Checky Green?
Yeah. Now this number 20, Bruno, has a steal by Trace Ruth and the Blue Devils. Pick it up in their own backcourt right now.
Awesome job by the Devils. We've been in 30 seconds here. Jeff Wellman, Matt Longo, Blue Devils. Inside it goes to Woodson, fouled from behind with the hand check. And, of course, Bruno, you can change numbers, but you can't hide.
I watched him this afternoon. He played he's a nice ball player. I compared him to the kid that played for Muscatine a few years ago, Joe Wieskamp.
So he had to be one of the guys that had double figures in probably today.
Yeah, he's a nice player. Very smooth, drives to the basket, handles the ball well.
Devils have the ball out of bounds under their own basket. Guess I don't need my light on my camera anymore since we are back under the real lights. Bounce inside to Ruth. Ruth, turnaround, shot off the glass, no good. Woodson, weak side. Woodson hesitates, short hook, no good. Rebounds inside.
Yeah, he got smacked.
Yep, otherwise he would have traveled. So it will be the first foul of the game against the Devils.
So it looks like Coach Douglas, I will get out of that habit when I love calling him by his first name, but they're going to be in a 1-2-2 press full court.
Griffith will be at that point. Salisbury at half court, along at half court with Jules Clausel. Deep is Ruth, who steps up and takes him a steal. Ruth coming in, 2-on-1. Trace goes on in, crossover, and the first basket of the game. Blue Devils up 2-0, Trace Ruth.
And it's Gateway twice has dribbled. You and I have been around basketball a long time, haven't we?
Do not cross the court and pick up the ball.
They did it the first 2 times down court, right into that trap, and this time they did get a turnover. We luckily got a ball that bounced off our own foot, off of Jacob Salisbury's foot. So
you know, some of our listeners, 2 of them I know, would definitely be and say something. That's Lee and Phil Conover.
Oh, yeah.
They have definitely listened up. Lee has mentioned it, and so did Phil one time in line. Says, we love listening to you. And I said, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Wilson Freiberg just checked in.
You know, Freiberg's on defense here for the Devils, back in that half-court set. Drive left into the corner. We'll kick it back out here so I get everybody's names here figured. Chetton. Kyra Chetton picks up the ball, being guarded by Freiberg. Goes in the high post. Woodson tips it away. Right side for Gateway. You know, I did not see Gateway's mascot, did you?
What was it?
I did not. That's what I'm saying. I'll have to look and find it here. I didn't on my initial sheet there.
I mean, I could look it up on the internet at halftime or something, but I'm sure that
It's probably in here.
Every school's got a nickname.
I hope so. And up top, you look like it might be the Lions or the Griffins up top. 2-0. It's 6:15. Sorry about the time in the first quarter. It seems a lot longer than 2 minutes starting this one off. And a three-pointer off the left side. Good shot by Kraus.
It just says Gateway Legacy. Doesn't say anything else, but they do have a symbol up there, don't they? And a push foul on the young man, on Bruno. The one that just hit the 3, didn't he?
Is it Bruno? Because he had the foul earlier, I thought. That'd be 2 fouls on him already. Now they go to 21. They switch it. And that will be Miguel Montoy. Second foul against Gateway. Ball goes in for the Devils under the basket. Off the right side, Clausel. The lefty. He had a good look in all the pre-games last year, and then all of a sudden blew that shoulder out. Jules goes right. Good up. Oh, good move, but a good block from behind.
Yeah.
And that was our guy, Sarp.
Yeah, he sort of did a pirouette in the middle of the air and got his body away and got his hand on it. He played that well.
Well, he's going to make sure I have to mention his name as many times as possible after he told it to me twice. Ruth checking the ball in for the Blue Devils. Early in this one, Devils are down 3-2. Three-pointer a minute ago by Kraus. Man-to-man coming from the Gateway Legacy team. Woodson into the corner. Freiberg. And it was that skipping that feet.
I know.
He got a little bit of a hurry. The feet shifted. Wilson traveled. And the bummer about that was he had a good lane, or he had a good shot to take right off the bat.
He had a little running floater. It's probably what it would have been, but how many times do you see that? Some referees call it and some don't. It looks like tonight it's going to be called.
Kraus off the left side behind the arc. No good. Weak side. Oh, there's a foul they missed. Let's see if they got it late. Chetton reached and pushed in the back, and then it was so obvious. I think they nailed him.
It's as bad as that foul the other night in that West Central game. Did you see that?
I heard about it but did not see it.
Oh, it was horrible. I'm sorry. It was a definite foul.
It was online, but they didn't have and I didn't have a chance to watch it.
It was bad. And that right there was a little delayed call, but was a good call.
Roos at top for the Devils, down 1, 3-2 in the first quarter. 54th Thanksgiving tournament. Clausel, good give and go. Clausel gets the assist, and Woodson gets the basket. That was a nice move there. Woodson with the pass in the corner and then just making a cut to the hoop.
Oh, big shot from the outside, number 2.
So Sarp did he hit a 2 or a 3 there, Coach? It is a 3.
It's a 3.
Good shot out there from him. Again, good kid out there, and that's who Coach called over right away, and now he gets a steal and gets it out. Gateway to the right side. Kraus has to bring it back out and reset. Montoy to the top of the key. That's Hanse. I have never had so many names with pronunciations, but it is pretty cool that the C's are CH's, so it's kind of European. And there's that good move. Sarp, Shiki.
It's just number 2 in my mind.
Or Sarp, that's good. Halfway through the first quarter, in about 12 seconds here, Woodson.
Good cut
Ruth
by
made
Trace.
a great cut. Salisbury makes a cut to the basket on the left side. 4-3. Jules Clausel, and that is a three-pointer brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, the first one of 2005. 12th and Seminary Road. You'll hear about Kevin and all the crew all season long. Last year, almost 500 three-pointers between regular ones and the blue-collar ones. And I got to remember, Coach, again, to get down there and hit them dang points.
Yep.
Caussell has the ball coming out with 3:40 left in the first. Man-to-man, Sarp picks him up. Wilson Freiberg at the point. Woodson goes down in the low block. Ruth and Salisbury right side for a little one-on-one. And Freiberg had a one-on-one. Ball was knocked away.
I think if he would have let it gone, it'd been ours.
Yes, but he had his foot on the line, and that was the key.
Okay.
Yep, and that's what he did. He grabbed it and had his foot there.
Right. I think if he let it go, it'd have been our ball.
Yep. Looking out, I got two of the officials. Of course, Larry Brooks is over there.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He does so much volleyball, and I just drew a blank. I'll get it for you in a second. I'm sure I have it on my list. Approaching 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Gateway's got an 8-7 lead on the Blue Devils. And that score last night, for those who saw it, that the Southmores won, was a little bit misleading because some of the starters were benched from Gateway and got down 33-5 in the first quarter. Right side, Sarp behind the back. Woodson doing a nice job of guarding him. Bruno from the left side, no good. Good screen out by Ruth on the weak side, the strong side, I should say. Rebound. Devils down the line, inside.
That's his second.
And a good job there by Woodson coming to the ball, and that way Kraus had to make the step, and he got enough contact. 2 fouls on Kraus, first quarter.
This young man that the coach outed his 3 names, and he didn't get up there quick enough. I was going to say he wants him in. You don't want him to pick up his 3rd foul because you got a sub that didn't get up there quick enough. This kid doesn't even look like he wants to be in there.
Vinicius Pellegrini.
Number 34.
Here it is, Devils get it inbounds. Triple team on Woodson down low, back to the corner. Ruth for the shot, 3, no good.
Oh, there.
And that was pretty obvious there. Into the ball game was Avery Beeston, and Avery just basically did the same thing at the other end. Would have been a great block if you were on the offensive line of Rick Mills.
Yes, I wonder what Beeston family that is. I'll have to ask Coach Douglas.
I know we haven't had one in a while, so we'll have to. I'm not familiar, quite honestly, Coach. Full court press. Freiberg off his foot, now has it. 3-on-2. Freiberg steps through the Eurasian, and Wilson gets a score there. Really, you might as well take it to the hole because in that case there, your guy trailing was right on your heel.
Yeah, he sort of put his knee up too.
That was the old way to go to the hole.
That's the way we were taught.
Oh, I did. Mark Kaufman could do that in college, and you didn't get anywhere near him. 2 minutes left in the first. Devils lead 9-8. Left side 3, no good. Ruth with another rebound. Won't be to the rebound leader, which was Keyshawn last year. What a great year of him hitting the boards. Wilson Freiberg down low, fakes a second time. That was a good move as he made the fake, waited, the defense shifted, and then filled that spot in. Missed the shot, but he'll be shooting 2 free throws, our first of the night.
I'm looking at the student section, and they're all dressed up in hard hats and vests, so I imagine that the theme tonight is construction workers?
Minute work?
Minute work?
I
don't know.
What were two of Minute Work's favorite songs?
Or maybe YMCA?
Who Can It Be Now? Wasn't that theirs? We'll have to figure it out.
I'm just watching Trace. He's running pretty good on his foot. I hope it's totally healed. I hope he's just not playing through pain and hurting it more. But Trace is a pretty hardcore kid. He wants to play. He wants to do well, and he'll do anything for a team to help you win too.
Freiberg has one more free throw. Hit the first. 10-8, just inside of 2 minutes left. First quarter action here. Second one good as well. Freiberg on the board. Devils are on a 7-point run here. Lead now 11-8. They get back in that 1-2-2. Freiberg at that point. Beeston on one side. Another substitution in. That was Humphrey. And is K-N-I, Kenny?
For who?
Humphrey, his first name. I had never seen that. Canny?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Sorry about that, folks. Some new players come up for even us, and so it's always wild to when you first look down and go, wait a minute, I thought all our names were pretty easy.
Well, if Coach Struck's listening or Coach Stinkfelder, they'll know. They know all the kids. And the pronunciation is Freiberg almost steals the inbound pass right there. It'll still be Gateway's ball. That free throw extended on their own defensive end of the court.
Trying to figure out who they called that foul on. I think it was on Freiberg there, so Wilson his first. Both teams with 4. And remember this year, like last, 5 fouls, and it's a double bonus each quarter. Still don't like that rule, but that's all right. We're into it for a year. We're good with it. There's a bad dribble and taken away there. Clausel. Oh, and he trips, rolls his ankle a little bit, makes the basket, but they call for traveling. And was it a look like?
He's going to a free throw line. He thought he got fouled. And you know what? He got bumped, but I think he did travel. But I think he got bumped that caused him to travel.
That was good. Harley's looking for a three-point play. It goes the other way. 1-2-2 by the Devils. Again, Devils did a lot more man-to-man yet last year because they had the bodies to do it. So the question is, do they go back to more of their 1-2-2 this year as a good drive and a basket there? And, you know, I don't know that Mr. Gingebacher out there to start the game, refereeing? Bill Treaster, there you go, was our other official.
Yeah.
Thank you there. Basket was by Hansi. He's going to chance at a blue-collar 3. That cuts the Devils' 7-point run there.
Yeah, he was out there to start the game.
Free throw up and good. We are knotted up at 11.
I saw they put Bruno back in with 2 fouls with a minute to go.
Where do you go with the basketball? Right at him. And, of course, you went over there, but nobody was aware of who was getting the ball. Freiberg came down. Now, he's not a guard, so he's not looking for the pass.
No.
So I don't know why Jules was throwing it across to him, but.
He's sort of a slasher to the basket, isn't he? Just in the short time that I saw some sophomore games last year, and he likes to go to the basket, as he showed earlier. And there's a steal by the Blue Devils, number 22.
Another bad pass. Yep. Pass on the right side. Good job. Wilson Freiberg fakes once, fakes twice, gets out in front. Good move, and Freiberg with the score. He waited patiently, and Freiberg's got 6 points already in this one.
It's good off the bench. Came in with about 2 minutes into the game and hasn't left.
As you mentioned, over the years, Freiberg had a pretty ugly shot as a freshman. I hate to say, I mean, even his grandpa will say that and his dad, but he developed it, and like you said, went to the hole a little bit more.
That's a three-pointer by number 14.
Anse. He gets a 3.
That three-pointer by the Blue Devils to match it.
On the 3, Beeston hits the 3 from the wing. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Woodmart Building Center, your place for wood and so much more, like snow shovels.
Shoot it.
Last shot of the quarter. Off the rim. It would not have counted as it was after the buzzer. And we are in one quarter. Your score, the Quincy High Blue Devils 16. Gateway Legacy 14, and we're back with more action. Blue Devil basketball right here on mechasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Back to Blue Devil Gymnasium. Wellman and Longo, one quarter. Devils lead 16-14 after exchanging threes to end the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been back and forth. I think the Devils, like we talked and Coach Douglas talked about in the pregame, they're going to try to find their way through this early part of the season. I like the excitement. I like the energy. But when you score a three-pointer, you got to get back and play defense too. You can't celebrate too much. You got to realize there's a game still going on. So a lot of young kids are going to make some good plays and be excited about it. But they got to realize one play is not the game. You got to play the full time they're out there. As the Blue Devil inbound it right at half court.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that about 3. I forgot to put Beeston's 3 in there. He'd have been a little bummed at me. Devils got it with the lead, starting the second quarter off here. Backdoor cut. Good pass there by Woodson. Wilson Freiberg did pick it up. Double team, so he got it back out to Woodson. Woodson drives, no good. Got his own rebound. Left side 3, no good by Beeston. And I know that is going to be stepping back in bounds as the Devils had a guy out of bounds when he came in to touch the ball. Humphrey. It was out of bounds, so back to Gateway.
And some people won't call that. Some people won't do that, but that was a good call. He was out of bounds. He stepped in. I think he got his foot on it, too.
Devils drop back after the 1-2-2. Into man-to-man now. Second quarter, Beeston is out the guard. Also out there is Humphrey. Freiberg stays in along with Woodson and Clausel. Steele. Clausel tipped it to Woodson. Woodson comes down. Bounce past to Clausell. Good move. Count it.
Man, I thought
Good
he got
shot.
Thought he got fouled too, but he didn't call it.
Definitely an and one. Nicely done by Clausell going to the hole.
You know, the Blue Devils I like their man-to-man. Their hands are in the passing lane. Their feet are moving. They're talking. They're checking off to each other. There's a travel, but a steal by the Blue Devils.
And then Clausell dribbles once, picks it up, and they don't call the double dribble, but he gets it down court and the basket. Good by Humphrey, his first bucket.
Coach from Gateway is telling his kids to slow down. I don't think they can run with us, and the Blue Devils get it. They take off like they're shot out of a cannon. They get down the floor very, very well.
And with a lot of youth there, too. Again, we don't have a lot of size right now. When we do bring our size in, Lepper, he's actually on the perimeter a lot as well. But Milton will be a big key. Good pass inside. Two Devils come in. Woodson's there and Beeston. I think Woodson will get called for that foul.
Yeah, we'll see. It's either 14 or 2. Yep.
So Woodson, the first foul of the second quarter. His first foul. It'll head Gateway to the free throw line. Yusuf Chefchi.
Paul Koszelski rambled it off quick. So if he can ramble it, you've got to learn to ramble it.
You got it. If you say it fast enough, they go, what did he just say?
Yeah, he does it quick enough.
First free throw is good for Gateway. And, of course, that was one of the teams Gateway, I love it. There's Sarah Lepper that just went down.
Yep.
Of course, Tom, it's this time last year, first time we had to have a tournament without him. Stepped over the line.
Oh, my goodness.
That's one of those, you lose it. You got the first free throw.
I'm seeing some of these calls that normally you don't see a whole lot. These guys are rattling it off.
Yeah, but is it the calls or is it the fact the young team's doing dumb things?
Young team.
And the combination of those guys going, I got to call that. Because, you know, if you don't call it and you let it go, then when you get into good games as an official, you start second guess. You just call it the way it is and get in your flow. Just like playing.
It's so easy for us to say that, but I totally agree with you.
Good pass inside, and Woodson, the no-look.
Over the shoulder, off the backboard.
You know, the hardest part for this year for me is, you know, aside from the scoreboard, I'm about to bring my computer up on the screen in front of me, but the hardest part, learning new names and new numbers. Some of the kids we do know, but some of our new guys, we watch them during the sophomore games, never got a good look at them. 5:35 left in the second quarter. Devils lead 22-15. Driving to the hole. Good job knocking the ball away on the floor. Humphrey. Devils come away with Ruth. Pass goes to Humphrey. Goes by him, though, and Beeston gets it. Back to Humphrey. Trace stops. 22-footer. Good! Trace Ruth, he's got a shot. Hits the three from out front. Of course, Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com.
Got his feet underneath him, followed through on a shot. A steal by the Blue Devils. Tanner for Wilson Freiberg. Oh, my goodness.
And
what an
Freiberg.
acrobatic shot.
Clausell with another one. He's been to the basket a number of times, probably had a couple times where he should have been on the free throw line.
I can think of 3 times where we got fouled going to the basket and no call.
But as a young player, that's good to let him go because now we have to learn to play through those things as we step on the sideline, bringing the ball down the court. You know, that's a good thing, too, because as young players, you know, you might turn and look for a call. You start learning, hey, you got to play on until you hear the whistle.
Yes.
Well, here, I'll tell you in a second here. First, there's a timeout, and we'll take one. Devils lead 27-15, 4:40 left in the first half. 54th Thanksgiving tournament right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, 4:40, Wellman and Longo on this Saturday. I wasn't even sure what day it was, Coach. I'm kind of confused with the whole tournament weekend and the kind of craziness. See my son for the first time coming up from Nashville. A shout out to him. I think he's back home now. They left early to beat the snow and probably would have been okay. Gateway has the ball. 4.5 left in the second quarter. Wilson Freiberg at that point of the 1-2-2. Good shot, and it's a 3. Sarpchi.
Have you updated your?
Yes, I have, Coach, which is pretty good.
You said to remind you.
You keep reminding me as much as you can because I do like it when it does that little three-pointer sign. Inside, Freiberg tried to pull a Woodson. This ball was partially blocked.
It was a great entry pass. Just couldn't finish the over-the-shoulder, off-the-backboard layup.
Ball goes in quick like that. You've got to have quick hands and a quick transition. Jada Brown's really got some quick hands and quick from when she gets the ball to go into the hole. Drives right side. Here's Sarp from the right side for a 3. No good. Weak side, Freiberg tried to tip it to himself and does. Good job. Ruth traveled when he started up, but nobody got it. Woodson, good, quick pass right back to Ruth. Woodson, the touch pass. Give him the assist. Give Ruth the basket.
That was well played right there. They show signs. They really do. Oh, that's over and back. That's a good call. Good call. Coach Douglas helped with that call as well.
He's wearing his stripes underneath.
That's the thing. They dribble right into that trap, and they panic. They pick it up, and he just took 1 foot. He had both feet over, and he put 1 foot back on the other side. So he established on the offensive end of the court. You can't go back.
And that's, as you know, defense, too. You get him across the court, and on the sideline, you've already got 2 of the 4 spots to trap a guy. Keep your dribble going. Bounce from the right side. Beeston went inside to Woodson. He got fouled from behind. Chefchi. And if you think, boy, a lot of those names he's saying sure sound like the other ones they might be, actually. Thanks again, Sarp, for helping me out there to begin there tonight. You didn't really help me.
Somebody back at Gateway listening and saying, I don't even recognize some of the names that he's saying.
You got some new recruits in. Right side, Woodson. 3 from Woodson off the right side on the inbounds. Nice job by Thomas. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com.
You know, as I look at that, I can understand the over and back, but if you go from the devil head to the devil chin, you really can't see the half-court line.
Yes.
I mean, you can see it, but not like you do with the white, but you can't put that white line through the middle of it. So for an opposing team, that could be a little confusing. For us, since we practice on it every day, you just sort of get used to it.
And you really don't want to pick it. Wouldn't pick it up. The corners are a tough one, but even straight across the court, even your center circle, you can hardly see because you only use it one time. Beeston made a cut to the basket, got the ball. Oh, and a good cut by Woodson. Better, Woodson with great hands. As the ball bounced, he kind of fumbled it, but he didn't travel, and Woodson's got another bucket.
Yeah, their passing has been sharp, on target, crisp, and got some easy layups out of it all.
Devils lead 34-18. You know, it's funny, Coach. My screen is right where my scoreboard that I usually do by hand is. Ball was missed. Sarp got the rebound for Gateway. Right side, Sarp steps back in. Reward him. Nope. Shot was no good. Humphrey had the rebound, but gets it picked away from behind. Almost the over and back there, but again, that thin line. And here's Kraus. His 3 from left, no good. Weak side rebound. Hasse. He misses the shot. Kraus is inside. I don't know how he got the ball to the left side. He jumped up on the right,
and
reached
came around
over with the left.
Yeah, silly foul.
And he's not a huge guy either.
No, he's pretty smooth, though. He handles the ball pretty darn good.
2 fouls now on Cheke. It looks like khaki, by the way, or C-A-K-I, but the C's are all C-H. Either that or that kid had a lot of fun saying, I'm going to just screw up Mr. Wellman.
Mess with you.
34-18, Devils with the lead inside 2 minutes, first half. Salisbury's in. Ruth around the perimeter. Freiberg. There's a good backdoor cut from the opposite side. Salisbury give Freiberg the assist on that play. And that was the first score of the night for Salisbury. He's going to have to step up, the senior. Partially blocked shot by Woodson in the corner.
That'll be our ball.
You know, that's the key. Salisbury and Poulter, those guys came in late in ball games last year. Salisbury came in a little earlier, so he knew in the offseason he needed to work because he was going to have a chance to play as a senior too. And especially like Coach said early in the year, Milton, Avion, and Avion is completely out. We're not even sure what his status. Milton is January. Avion might be a knee, and who knows on that one.
Yeah.
He's a senior. Clausel, good drive, goes opposite side.
It's a moving pick.
And yes, Woodson had the moving screen.
Yes, he did. No argument there.
Clausell went all the way to the basket for the score. On the opposite side, it gets called back. 1:22 left in the quarter. Devils, though, up double, 36-18, into that 1-2-2.
You know, one time I think it was 11-11, wasn't it? Or close to it?
Well, 16-4. It was 11-10 as the drive on that one.
11-10.
And I got a feeling that was Hansi making that move. As I look down, and that was breaking into the Blue Devils. It was a long run, but it was only 4 points. And the Devils turn it over on their end.
I was waiting for it to score be 6-7, 6-7.
Because it was. Devils went on a 7-point run, got up 11-8. They hit the shot on the other side, missed the blue-collar three, but it was 11-10. And then after the 2 shots, threes back-to-back, it was 16-14 at the end of the quarter. But one of those was not a three.
No.
On the side, actually, a 4-point play actually up there. Devils missed the shot inside a minute. Good rebound, driving to the basket, dishing that off, and Freiburg gets the score. Salisbury gets the assist. 38-20. Devils with the lead, back on defense. Drives inside. Nice little pull-up shot. And that was Bruno Kraus with a shot. His first one since that three-pointer earlier. Inside 20 seconds. Ruth inside. Nice move to the middle. Finger rolled as he got by. Good job, Trace.
Blue Devils kicked that ball up court very well right there.
Yeah, he's got 9, by the way.
They're showing signs that they're a very good team, very good passing team, find the open pass.
Inside 4 seconds. Shot no good.
That's the half.
Delay, and the buzzer went off as well. So we have played 16 minutes. After a quarter, Devils were only up 16-14. Second quarter outscored them 24-8, and now lead 40-22.
Very, very good half. I mean, we're playing a team that we should beat. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. And what they're doing is they're going out and they're executing. I mean, you could beat a team and not execute, but I think Andy would be more preferable to what I just said. They're executing the way they're supposed to, working on the game plan, and those are the things that will make you a better team down the road if you do those things now to build the confidence to do it later on.
It's halftime. Devils lead. We'll take a break, come back for the halftime show. Wellman and Longo. Devils lead 40-22 on MechaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecha Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit mechasportsco.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, halftime. Devils lead 40-22. Yelling over here at Mr. Trader, Jason Trader, golfer. And, of course, he steps in the great family of Gus and Terry Trader and Vern, which you got to remember her. That's
Yep.
And usually when you mention them, Vern will tell you that Donna Smith, is what kept them going all those years. She was inside with the books and running things forever. And so, of course, that's my sister, by the way.
Yes,
so
it is.
hats off to her as well. And And of course, Gus was quite the character anyway. I've seen things pop up with him on teams that I didn't know he played a sport. Bowling might have been one recently. We always know that golf, the name was already on the trophy before we started the tournament. I'm just joking. Anyway, halftime, first half. What do you think, Coach? We've seen a very aggressive team. We're young. Second quarter defense looked pretty good, and we're passing the ball.
I think what Andy would say there at halftime is, I'm happy to see the progress we've made from the first day of practice to the fiasco last night of losing. I mean, I don't want to say fiasco, but the outcome of last night's game. And to come out here tonight and put your next foot forward and try to make yourself better. Now, when I saw last night, some of those passes weren't being connected last night, but they're being connected tonight against a team that's probably not as good. But that's what you have to do. I mean, I said it before we went off the air. You've got to get better each game. What's Andy's old saying? You either get better or worse, but you don't stay the same.
Exactly.
And I would say that half was they got better. And that's you got to build on that positive at halftime, especially with a young team. If you go in there at halftime and you know they played well, but you go in there and ridicule them or break down the things that they did wrong, they're going to lose a bit of confidence. And I'm sure Andy didn't do that. What I'm saying is you've got to be walking on eggshells with the kids in the early season, but you got to be tough on them too. Because if you're not tough on them, they're not going to put the effort forward. So it's finding that fine line right there for them. And I thought that was a good half for the Blue Devils.
And as you know too, there are certain things you can browbeat certain people. In our era, you told somebody to jump, and we didn't. In fact, I was just talking to somebody about football, and they said he got hurt in football, Tate or somebody. And I go, in our era, you didn't tell anybody you got hurt because you lose your spot.
Oh, no.
And I think I played with a torn ACL and carried it into college and most of my life. But you get after it, and it's a different day. But again, you don't want to browbeat a kid. Some will go back in their corner. Others will go, I'll show coach.
Exactly.
And those are the ones you like because those are the competitors.
Those are the ones that go out there and, like you say, do what you ask them to do and won't question anything about it and won't put their, I call it the old palms up situation. Like, what I do wrong? Well, where do you want me to start? Okay. But Andy's good. I mean, Andy will work with these kids and handle what they need to learn, but yet get on them to make sure that they get better.
Well, and as good coaches, and you were one of those guys too, they're like your kids too. And again, you want to do the same thing. But I don't want to talk about our kids, though, because we don't know, are we really as hard as we are? We are. Well, I know I was. I was harder on my kid than I was on anybody else's kid because then nobody could question you.
Right.
And that was my integrity anyway. But that's what you see, and you just got to love. And that builds real long, because, again, what we're trying to do with these kids, not to get in a long spiel here, but we're really trying to build their character, build their career, get them graduating and to a future life, and then later getting, invited to the wedding like Jaden Smith.
Right. Or an alumni game that we're
Yes.
going to talk about. I had 50 guys coming back, and probably out of those 50, probably 40 of them played for me. And you build that relationship with them. Were there times they probably called me names underneath my breath? Sure. But I called their names underneath my breath too. But they respect it, and they played for you. And have them come back as adults and families, and like you said, weddings you get invited to. It's neat that you develop that relationship, and they still respect you, even though that sometimes you may have chewed them a little too hard.
Oh, indeed, and that is the key, because as coaches, we really care about them. We're really trying to do the best for them. If we're not, we really don't know why we're getting into this.
Right.
And I've seen a lot of them, and just real quickly, I know many years I had people, I needed to coach for a team in the CYO, and I'd come to somebody, and it'd be a lady maybe, and she'd say, I don't know anything about the sport. I said, but listen, I've watched you with kids. I can teach you the sport. But this guy over here that knows everything about the sport, he don't know how to teach kids.
Exactly.
So, hey, we'll take a quick break on that. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about that soccer. The tournament's passed, the girls' team. There seems like there's something else. But Devils lead at half, 40-22, right here at the 54th Thanksgiving Tournament on MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
And back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, and of course, lots of football action out there. We're missing one of the few Blue Devil fans that never, player, coach, but Alabama's playing.
Yep.
So,
and anybody that's listening, you could probably text me and you could probably tell me who we're talking about. That's the Alabama fan.
And we'll give you a clue, too. He just turned 60 years old.
Yeah, just had his birthday.
This. You got it.
And he loves to golf.
Yep, there you are. Hey, the Devils have won 9 of the last 10 tournaments here. They've won 9 of the last 11, but you put 4 more in there. 13 of the last 15 tournaments. Do we even have a champion on this one, or do we just wash it?
I thought they said they already sent the other team home.
They sent them home.
But with the trophy and the...
Oh, the trophy and the MVP.
Trophy and the MVP.
We're sorry, folks, but that guy was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, if you had a chance to watch him play, he was fun to watch. He'll play Division II basketball somewhere. It'd be nice to see him in a Quincy Hawk uniform. The kid can handle the ball, and he's pretty talented, as Andy Douglas uses most of the halftime talk, which doesn't surprise me with young kids.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, with a veteran team last year, there were times Andy come out here with 5, 6 minutes left on the clock. This group's coming out with 40 seconds left, and they're going to go right to it. So
save those made shots for when you come out here.
Right. Love teach them.
Speaking about good teams that have worked their way for the last couple years, and now they've got a good job of sophomores and juniors. Really, juniors is the girls' team. It's the Blue Devils from the girls' side. And, of course, Madeline Hamby's the only senior. She's a three-point shooter out there. They opened up the season in Jacksonville winning 87-23. They beat Dunlop down at O'Fallon last Saturday, 67-61. They were down 61-60, scored the last 7 points of the ball game. Then they beat Moline the other night last Tuesday at home, the first game of home, and the first Western Big Six, 73-52, and then ran into O'Fallon the other day and kicked them.
But it was 42-40 at the end of the third quarter.
Yep.
And got outscored like 26-8 or something like that.
And I heard we just didn't shoot the ball very good.
No.
And so that will get you. So we lost that one. So they are 3-1. There was no game today. We were coming back today for the Lift for Life game, but Lift for Life after they played Notre Dame last night. And I listened to that game too, and I think it was a 2-point game, but I thought it was a blowout.
No, the Lift for Life. I had a shot at the end of the game that would have tied it and missed it.
Hey, second half, let's get on to the starting lineups for this in the second half. Tim Griffith is out there. Also Clausell, as we get our first foul of the second half as well on the Devils. Woodson, Salisbury, and Ruth. Your lineup there, the hand check. Heading down the line, that was Woodson. That will be his third foul, first of the second half for either team. Well, I'm sure glad I don't put down the clock on that thing too, because I would not be able to keep. I'm good at multitasking, but shot from the corner, no good. That was Sarp for Gateway, missed it. Nice ball player. Rebounded for the Devils, Griffith. Coming down the right side, now resets the offense. Double high post, as we'll see. Woodson comes out, loses it. Bruno, though, got a finger on it. I thought he did, but I wasn't sure, and he's not arguing about it, so he seems like a pretty good kid. I think you said you saw him last night in the game.
Yeah.
And, of course, Bruno, we're talking about him. That's Bruno Cross. Sarp, Chitka. And, of course, I love it. Emre Hansi rounding it out in there. Chifti, Yusuf. You know, the first names are pretty good as they throw the ball away, they being the Blue Devils.
And there's the young mistake, just the lack of communication. And Andy and the coaching staff is going to have to fight through moments like that where you're going to have the great passing and the easy layup, but yet you got a bounce pass where you don't communicate and the ball goes out of bounds.
And last year he'd have jumped some butt.
Oh, yeah.
But this year, understanding what he's got, is just can't. We just talked about it for 5 minutes. Shot no good by Bruno. Griffith with the rebound. Down to Woodson. Woodson all the way to the hole. In between layup and a dunk. I don't think he was going to dunk it, and he missed it. And here comes Gateway down the other way. Yusuf gets the score. That's the first score of the second half as we played a minute here in the second half.
Early in the season like that, I think you just got to get the layup.
Ball went into Woodson, and it was funny. The ball bounced up, and I think he was traveling, but Gateway had their hand on him, so the Devils will get it under their own basket.
It was on Bruno. It's his third.
Indeed it is.
And that coach is, you're a do or die right now. You're either going to, because he's in there going to go right at him, and
block shot from behind. It was a block shot.
Yes, it was, but boy, with 3 fouls, I'm not quite sure I'm doing that.
I'm not, and I'm probably going to call him out right now, but then again, you're down, and this is one of your key players. Gateway has the ball, looking for a little pick and roll off the left side. Griffith is out there. He's on Emre. Man-to-man coming for the Blue Devils. Push to the middle. Back out to Sarp. Clausell has him. Left side. Little movement inside, but really one-on-one dribbling out here. A dribble and a pass. Sarp comes around the screen, goes all the way to the hole. Up, doozy. The dipsy doozy, all the different little terms. No good, but a nice move to the basket.
Simple layup, and he would have got it.
Yes, indeed. Shot Clausell from the point at the left elbow. No good. Sarp got the rebound for Gateway. And a pass out here.
Timeout.
Before the ball was thrown away, Gateway takes a quick timeout. We'll just keep it right here. 6 minutes exactly left, third quarter action. And we talk about the girls, those victories out there, and they've gotten 3-1. And I got to tell you, I watched the first one. I was going to be in Jacksonville, you and I were, and I watched on the news when Jada got a pass and was on the move. She gets the ball from her hands to the basket so quick.
Yes.
And it reminds me, I had a player at Quincy College, all-time leading scorer at one time, Angie Rogers. She did too, but Angie would skip her feet a lot of times and get called for travel. Jada's got some good moves.
And she's quick with getting the ball away.
And she can step out. Boy, if you had a 5 on that team, and it was funny because I was talking to Coach Brown, Kate Brown, the volleyball coach. She sat next to me up in Moline, or at Moline here. And I said, they just need a girl that inside could block shots and could jump. And before I said Bunty, she said, I knew you were going to say that. And that's one of their key junior volleyball players. Jada Brown had some unbelievable spikes late in that season. Inside 6 minutes, Devils lead 40-24. By the way, the scoreboard brought to you by Jim Bearden and Mike Murray, who were always giving me a heck about making sure I had the score. Devils lose the ball, have the ball now. Lost it and got it back. But then on the cut, Bruno takes it away.
Yeah, Bruno, he probably should have taken it to at least the top of the key. That one-handed spin pass probably wasn't the brightest pass to make at that point of the game when you're down 16 points. You need buckets.
And it was a long one, too, that you just don't know how it's going to come off the floor.
Right.
If he brings it down and the guy's not open, he pulls up for a 15-footer or even closer. Off the left side for the Devils, bouncing inside. Woodson starting to make a move, picked it up, comes back out high. Salisbury with a nice move to the hole. Salisbury pulls up right in front of the basket. It rolls, touches half the rim, goes out.
How that didn't go in is beyond me.
Those basketballs, that's those newer ones, they're a little softer, so they stick between the rim and the board sometimes. And sometimes they catch funny, but they like them. And Woodson, the foul out front, and that's going to be Thomas's 4th foul.
Yeah, that's going to say that's his 4th. 14 on 14 there.
Now, they just said his 3rd, but I've got him for 4 too, Coach. So they must have given somebody else a foul earlier. Because you and I, this is what always drives me nuts. I listen, and I put them down, and then when all of a sudden we're off, I'm like, wait a minute here, that can't be right. So somewhere between there and over to the scoring table, things change. Time to bring more erasers this year. Gateway has the basketball. Devils staying in that man-to-man. Driving to the right side. Oh, and a great steal there. Taking the ball away was Humphrey for the Devils. Down, and Ruth goes up, 2 hands, and lays it up over the rim. Ruth now 11 points for the ball game. Devils their first score in this 3rd quarter with 4:38 left in the quarter.
Bruno with a shot from the left free throw at the elbow. Nothing but net.
That's what he said, Coach. If he would have brought that ball down a little earlier and just stopped right there, he's a good enough player. Should understand.
How much he got tonight? He got to be double digits easy.
As we look at Ruth going in there, and Ruth, his ball rolls out. Checking Bruno as the ball's tipped around. Saving, but never save it under your opponent's basket. Ruth had it and did not score with a little off-balance shot out here. Sarp with the drive. Ball was tipped away by Salisbury, but right to Bruno. Bruno makes the layup.
Switched hands.
Bruno had 5 in the first half, a 3 and a 2, and then he's got 2 buckets in this quarter. So he's got 9 points in the ball game.
I thought he had more than that.
It sure seemed like it, and he seemed like he was more active. Humphrey drives, and the little runner, the floater. Humphrey, he's got 4 now.
And quick quarter. We're more than halfway through it already.
3:35 left in the quarter.
When you don't foul, and it's end-to-end basketball, it goes pretty darn quick.
No timeouts, so you can't work. Humphrey's out there and takes the ball away from Sarp. Call timeout. You haven't used it. I don't know if Coach didn't want to, but it's a jump ball situation. That in there, if you haven't used your timeouts,
call it.
A young player can learn how to get out of there. But if you don't call it, and it's a jump ball, next time he may do the same thing, call for traveling for too much movement, or
it's all learning process.
And that will be a lot for our coaching staff, too. It's a new process of how we coach when you have a new squad. Emmerich Batley comes in, number 3. He always had that look of Coach Douglas' son. You know, when they were younger, kind of smaller, I was kind of always saw them out there. Batley takes the point. Griffith's on the right side. Inside, Ruth's pointing up. Humphrey's in the left corner.
Oh, my.
And a long pass from Freiberg to over the head of I'm not sure anybody could have got that one.
Yeah, almost went into the PE office right there in the corner.
I think he's passing the guy in the sweater halfway up the stairs on that one.
Oh, the one standing there?
Yes. And he would have got hit in the head with both hands in his pocket. Gateway with the basketball. Taking it back out to set up was Hansi. Hansi has Griffith on him. Again, for those who are wondering where some of our names are, Lepper will be back next week, hopefully, with his tendonitis. Drive to the basket. And not tendonitis, but actually the Achilles. Yes, thank you, Coach. Good shot. Montoy missed it. Montoy went back up with the rebound, got fouled, so he'll go to the line to shoot for Gateway with 2:36 left in the quarter. And the foul will be called on Batley.
In a very sparse crowd, but you figure with the weather, when I was walking over here, it was starting to rain and sleet a little bit too.
The rain's okay because it can kind of melt some of that heavy snow, but it was some heavy snow.
Yeah.
You had to really watch yourself today if you were shoveling.
That's what I did 3 different times, probably 15 minutes at a time.
Coach almost took a dive, and you love his wife. She goes ahead and films it too.
Well, she's got that ring, and I came in. I said, "Don't look at ring." Of course, what do they do? And they all laugh at the old man.
Shot by the Devils, no good. Rebounded by Gateway in the third quarter. Still leading by 16. Been a low-scoring quarter, Coach. Only
turnover by Gateway.
6-4. Here goes Wilson Freiberg. The spin move, but on the spin move, taken away from him. When you make the spin, you can't leave the ball hanging out there. Montoy takes the steal for Gateway. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Gateway in their red and white.
Ticky-tack foul.
I would say so because he made the contact was from the guard of
offensive
Gateway
player
touching him after he lost the ball.
Right.
Because the steal was a good steal by Humphrey. He just got out there and he got the ball away from the body like you should. And if you're going to try to get it while dribble, get it down to the floor or up with your hand. Steve Stone says, for all you young players. 44-28. Timeout Gateway, 32nd. We'll keep it right here. And we do thank those sponsors who are joining us this year. Of course, back again for this year, Woodmart. 3-pointers, and he had almost 500 3-pointers, including blue collar. People were like, oh my gosh, Kevin Vandermint, get on it. So Kevin was ready to go 3 again. Hardy's is in the post game again. We do look for a pregame and a starting lineup sponsors. We had those last year.
Join us, people.
Yep, and it's and all you got to do is get a hold of us, find out what fits for you. And one thing, if you see something and you go, well, that's a little too much. Well, customize. Tell us what you need from your business. We'll try to fit it in there. So that's the biggest key, and I do mention this. Unlike firms and companies who have full-blown staffs, sales staffs, office staffs, your play-by-play guy here and the owners, Pettits, are in Rockford. They both have jobs.
Right.
So it's, guys doing their other stuff out of their lane. Back after the timeout inside 2 minutes. Up 44-28. Freiberg hammers on the wrist. They get the ball. That is the Devils. Inside, Humphrey gets another score. Humphrey's got 6 points in this one.
Oh, mostly layups, too.
Yep. Hustles out there at defense at the point. Gets a hand on the ball, and we got other guys like that, too, as the dribble off the feet. Sarp's not happy with himself. From Gateway, out of bounds, turnover, Devils get the ball back. Yeah, we've got some guards. And you look, Parker Douglas was the point guard for that team that went to state. Montez is on that team. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to remember all the kids from last year. Of course, Griffith and Lepper are already up here.
Parker Douglas played a great soccer season for us.
Oh, a soccer player, too. Okay, good kid. I saw him last year. We're going into the girls' game, supporting the girls. And it was a mom or a grandma, and I said something about them, and it was almost like, wow, you know who we are? It's like, yeah, we've been following you here. So, good stuff, kids. I mean, it's not like Nebraska fans who know every person that ever comes to Nebraska because that's their team.
Timeout underneath the referee timeout. What's the call? This young man, I'm surprised he's going back in. He got a little mouthy with his coach.
Oh, Hansi did?
Yes, he did. Coach sat him down.
So Hansi comes back in. You know, I missed Yaz when he came in. Takadu Cheku? I mean, he's got a long name. Okay, I'll say that real fast. Inside. Freiberg had nowhere to go. Kicks it back out. Humphrey will take the three. Humphrey, nothing but net off the left side. Humphrey was 7 in the quarter. Brought to you by Kevin Vandeman and his great staff at Woodmart Building. Stop out, you know, other than shovels and stuff like that, I am sure, and if he doesn't, he should, snow shovels. If you don't have one, stop by Woodmart, tell him I told you to come out and get one. Nice drive to the basket.
Does he have snow blowers?
I don't think he does. You know, there are some things that I thought he had everything. They do a great job with kitchens and baths and all that. Shot from outside, Batley no good with 40 seconds. Gateway. See, I forgot he had shovels and stuff like that until I saw him promoting that the other day. Yeah, get your snowblower too. Gateway in the corner, partially blocked by Batley, but Batley's going to get called for the foul. For Emmerich, it's his second. Should be two shots anyway, as we're beyond 5 fouls. And Emre Hasse to the line to shoot 2. You know, free throw wise on their side, they were 1 for 3 in the first half, 0 for 2 here, so they're 1 for 5. Devils have only shot 2 free throws, and that was Freiberg early as he nailed 2 of them.
I'm just looking. Gateway Science was the team that didn't come down.
Exactly.
And where are they from?
I believe St. Louis too.
St. Louis as
well.
well.
Both of them are in the Gateway. By the way, speaking of the Gateway Arch, happy birthday to it this year, just about a month ago.
How old?
60 years old. October of 65, just before Bruner was born. And both free throws are no good. So Devils on a 7-point run, lead 49-29. Sorry there, folks. I just happened to see that I'm a little behind on our lead score.
It's okay.
Right side, shot for 3 is good. And that's Tim Griffith. Hits the 3, and now if you can bring him up, get the inside and the outside action. Of course, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Shot from 3 by Gateway, no good. And that's how we'll end the quarter out there. Great shot there from the right side, Griffith. And the Devils will take a 52-29 lead into the fourth quarter. And Hey Baby should be coming up next. We're ready for the fourth quarter. Wellman and Longo on MegaSportsCo.com.
Mecca Sports Co. is proud to sponsor tonight's Player of the Game. Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all Quincy High School basketball. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube to follow the action. Just search Mecca Sports Co. MECCASPORTSCO. And you can also find us at MechaSportsCo.com for the full game schedule and more.
Back here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, Wellman Longo. Devils lead 52-29. And one thing we forgot is we actually get part of the all-tournament selection team. So we got to put some guys out there that so while we're telling you about the last quarter, we're going to write some numbers down and some names.
Yeah, I got to get one more. And
well, the one was easy for us, wasn't it? It was already picked, and they said,
it's already picked.
He's there, baby. Hey, baby. There it is there, Coach.
Love that song.
As we got it happy. And Amy Kinsel, we'll shoot a shout out to you because she always liked that when we're bringing that up. Fourth quarter action. Devils are on a run of 10 points right now. Gateway has the basketball. Bruno has it off the side. Still in the game for them. Chefchi. Also Sarp still out there at the point. Ball gets lobbed in. Devils almost with a steal as Poulter was on the opposite side. Montoy was the other one. I think I got all 5 starters there for
Got your
Gateway.
ballot?
What's that?
Got your ballot?
Yeah, almost. You want to get one more for me?
No.
All right, sounds good. And for the Devils, as Sarp takes the 3 from the side, no good. Bruno takes it away as Woodson had a chance at it. Ball's tipped around. Griffith lost it. Gateway comes away. Montoy with the ball. Devils have Tim Griffith, Nathan Poulter, Woodson, Clausell, and also in the game for the first time, Naz Kelly. Nice move to the basket. Bruno with the ball and the fadeaway off the glass. Nice shot.
Nice player.
They break 30 there.
Nice players do good things.
And they go for the ball, and they go. I mean, it's a good kid out here. You start putting some guys around him. They got a couple other guys. Griffith pops out for a 3. Tim had a nice-looking shot, no good. And as I mentioned, he's strong coming in as an 8th grader. You know, it's his freshman year. You get him shooting outside, too. I'd like to see him in Leper inside, too, as much, using some height and strength. 6:35 left in this ball game. Of course, next week, Monday, and we'll have to check the weather because the girls are supposed to head to Geneseo Monday for their second conference game.
That's a hike.
You know, those aren't bad, and even Sterling, because, you know, Geneseo, you never go into the Quad Cities and that, so.
That and Sterling are some trips.
You know, that's something volleyball talked about is we have a foul out here for the Devils.
I didn't hear.
I think Tim Griffith.
Yeah, that's what it was. I remember watching his reaction after the referee called it.
Tim, I got a first, but I might have had a second there. Either way, it doesn't matter with 6:15 left in this one. Clausell out there on Sarp. Man-to-man still coming from the Devils in the half-court set. They've done a transition, started in that 1-2-2-3 quarter, came back into it a number of times, but also came back to man a lot. Sarp, a spin move. Against Clausell, he was falling, but he must have tripped over somebody's foot, and that will give Sarp a chance to hit the line. I think Clausell might have been called for it. Yep. Jules on the call. Sarp to head to the line. You know, he got those 5 in the first quarter, hit a 3 in the second for 8, and has not scored since.
Got to make those free throws.
Devils doing a pretty good job of getting after on defense. Hansi picked up some of the scoring. He's got 8. And, of course, Bruno Kraus leading the way for Gateway. No good on the second one. Ball went over Woodson's head. Didn't screen out, but a partial block shot.
Yeah, partial block.
Devils have the basketball down the right side. Griffith drives, hesitates, goes to the hole. No good. Weak side, Devils lose it. Poulter picks it up. Poulter went right into the traffic. Of course, that's where the ball was, and he was going. We had a jump ball that will go back to the Devils. Sorry, folks, if I haven't been keeping track of the possession back and forth. 5:43 left in this ball game. We'll close out this interesting Thanksgiving tournament.
Oh.
And Woodson up in the air.
Bounce.
I thought it hit the cable up top. It's a three-pointer brought to you by Woodson. Woodson? Woodson Building Center. It's Woodmart Building Center.
Say that 3 times.
No doubt. That 3 times. That 3 times. Or that. There you go. Excuse me. Oh, we're teachers, so we do a lot of those puns and stupid stuff like that. 55-31. He missed both those free throws, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And somehow they got an extra point. Oh, was that a 3 to start off the quarter?
Yes.
By Kraus? No, Kraus had a runner. All right, I'll check it out. The good news about watching on Mecca Sports Co., you can go home afterwards, watch the game, or like me, I'll go back and I'll double check. I was at a girls' game last year, and I swore my score was right. Coach Klopper even went in there, and they said, no, you missed something. Went home, and we were right. That's not all the time. Clausell pulls up. Nice pull-up shot by Jules. He's got 9 in the ball game. That was a sweet little move there.
Yep.
By the southpaw. 57-31. I got 31 down there, so one of my boards is right. And that's how I do it 50-50 this year. I got all kinds of scoring.
You got way too much going on for me over there.
You got that right. So, never a dull moment.
I just got a pin.
That's what was nice about volleyball. Driving from the left side, and a good drive on the left side. That was Montoy for Gateway. He got fouled on the drive. Poulter on the foul. His first. Third team. 1 team foul against Gateway in this fourth quarter. So it was on the drive, so out on the baseline. And I'm glad you folks stuck around at home tonight and you can just watch. That's the nice thing about today. Of course, it was great in the radio days too, but now you can actually watch the game from home. Poulter gets the weak side rebound for the Devils. In the ball game, Carter Trollbridge comes in, gets the ball out to Clausell, who'll bring it down. Trollbridge will go left. He'll bring it around to the right side. Kelly, good pass and a good cut from the weak side was Trollbridge. A better pass, and we got 2 points out of it.
And it's a great offensive set right there.
You know, that will be something different, Coach. As Sarp makes a drive, and he may get to shoot. Yes, he's going to shoot 2. Is you'll find more sets and more plays out of this group than maybe a talented group that we had last year.
The freestyle.
Yes.
Where they can make things happen just off of their
talent.
Yeah, their athletic ability and their talent. This group has had to set the picks, hit the open hand, the ball away from the defender, all the things that you teach that those guys knew, but they could freelance it a little bit better.
Yep. And that's why last year you saw us playing a lot more man-to-man as well, too, because we love the zone, but we had guys who could match up all 5 positions. Quickness out there. But that's what's neat. As we mentioned earlier, the great thing about this group, every day is going to get better. They will not stay the same. Sarp hits 2 free throws, so he connects on 2 this time. Sarp on the ball game has 10 points.
Silly pass. That's a young pass, but the Blue Devils get it back.
Clausell steals, gets it down. Batley with the score. That was it right there, Coach, was staying with it after the fact.
Yeah, they made a bad mistake, but they stuck with it and got a nice, easy bucket out of it.
Shot from the right side, no good. Trowbridge gets the rebound. And we had Trowbridge's here teaching for a number of years, didn't we?
Huh?
Trowbridge? Teaching and was here as a student?
His dad was played soccer and basketball. He is now the principal out at Lincoln Douglas.
Okay.
And
because somebody was in Hannibal for a while.
That was Brian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Brian.
Okay.
He was over there.
Activities director and part AD,
yeah,
maybe?
And then his dad was down at Quincy Junior High School, ran the, I say it, he ran the Xerox machine, and if you needed copies and everything made, there's only one, you couldn't go in and make the copies yourself. He did it for all of junior high school. Chuck Trowbridge.
So what you were saying is making copies.
Yeah, making copies.
Caparino. That's a good one. Folks, you have to look up Rob Snyder, SNL, for that one. 3 minutes almost left in this one. Woodson got the steal. He got pulled on his jersey going in, but pulls up for the bucket. Nice job, Thomas. 63-33.
Yeah, I thought Gateway would just start chucking some threes here. And the only way they even think about even making it a closer game is to do that, as Bruno comes in and tries his little jump shot, but falls away. And
Good move to the basket and then pulls up. Batley has the ball as we're inside 3 minutes left in this one. So for the Blue Devil boys, this is interesting because this is always this way. The next week, when you play a conference game, there was a 1 year where we were on the road for conference, then we were back here for an unbelievable game or somewhere. And now it seems like they put a conference game out there, and that's it. But not this year. It's a week off. But the girls will play Monday at Geneseo. The girls will go to Rocky on Thursday. The boys will go to the Rock Garden, opening up the season.
They're on the road both. Friday,
and then they go to Deerfield, way up in North Chicago. So they'll be there. Then the girls will go to Tipton, Missouri in a great tournament as Batley steps out and gets called for his third foul. But they will be over there, and I want to say it's not Olathe South. Park Hill South the first day maybe. Stratford the second day, who they played last year. Last year they played 2 overtime games at Sophie's Classic later on, which they'll go to Sophie again. But this one will be at Tipton, Missouri, on the other side of Columbia, about a half hour.
Tipton, I've heard of it.
Well, and I actually looked at the could I make it from Rocky to Tipton, back to Rocky, back to Tipton to Deerfield. And when I started doing that, I said no. And so Bruno off the left side, 1.5 minutes left. He kicks it back in the left corner. The three-pointer no good by the Southport Montoy. Devils with a rebound. Beeston brings it across the court. Goes right side, but he gets tipped inside. Poulter couldn't hold on to it. Long pass. Gateway puts a score in. Hanse, he scored in every quarter.
He came down hard. He's running it off, though.
Stick around, of course, in the post game. Was that Trowbridge again?
Trowbridge.
Three? Three-pointer by Trowbridge, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. And let's see, already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threes. So nice for the Woodmart shout-outs there.
And it's nice when they go in.
And I think the girls the other night, the first night maybe, one of those nights they had 4 threes and 4 blue-collar threes. But the team they played hit 11 threes to stay in the game. Moline. And but lost by 20. So as we said, stick around. We've got a full week next week. We'll let you know where we're at. But only Monday at Geneseo for the girls. And then you get into And, of course, by the way, IHSA football, it was being played yesterday, but not today. They called all the games off today. So 5, 6, 7, and 8A.
Did I see Hannibal's playing tomorrow?
That's what they said against St. Mary's, I believe. I don't know if it was tomorrow, but definitely this weekend. By the way, Fred Bouchard went out to Kansas this year after he left the day school. Of course, all the years at Palmyra, Culver, Harrisonville out in Kansas City, all-world coach over there. He's been down at the day school, and every time they advance, they bump him up a class. So they're like just getting thumped. Good pass inside. And Beeston with the pass. Poulter on the weak side gets the bucket. Nathan's in the scoring column. 68-35. Foul out front on the Devils.
Oh, I see clock running.
Oh, that's right. So, and stay tuned, by the way, in the post game by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. That's Brian Harms. So when you stop by, make sure you tell Brian thank you for.
So what's the running clock deal?
30? Is it? Yeah, and it'd be 30 points.
45, yeah.
I thought it was.
Why'd they stop it?
There's a kind of, and they don't do that at times, but I talked to somebody last year, and they said they should stop it long enough so that the guy can shoot the free throws and it doesn't go right off the bat.
Oh, so at the end of the game only.
Yes, on something like this. Nice job there by Yaz. He made both free throws. Yaz is, by the way, Y-A-G-I-Z, as they're the good job there as the Devils come away with the win. Let me get my updated score there briefly for the other team. 68-37, Devils by 31. So congratulations, Devils 1-1.
1-1. I enjoyed watching them. It'd be fun to talk to Coach Douglas. I'm sure he'll probably get up here rather quickly. And are there award ceremonies?
I would imagine they will announce them.
Oh, yeah, you got
Coach.
the players, the all-tournament team.
But that'll do it for the regular portion of our broadcast. So while we're doing that, we'll take a break, come back, we'll have the post game, we'll do a wrap-up here, catch up with all the stuff out here, and talk to Coach Douglas. The Blue Devils win tonight on this Saturday night, 68-37, 1-1. And it's been Wellman and Longo, and it's been Blue Devil basketball right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecha Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit MechaSportsCo.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, post-game, brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms, stop by and see him. Get one of those biscuits. Talk Blue Devil basketball. Trace Ruth did make the all-tournament team for the Devils, as did Mr. Woodson.
Yes.
Bruno did make it for Gateway, and of course the all-tournament MVP was already home from Lindblom.
And if you didn't get a chance to see him, we said earlier, he was fun to watch.
And I didn't hear who their 5th one was. Well, that is, we tried to listen in there a little bit, though, but we got the 2 Blue Devils. Congratulations to them. And, Coach, a really good one here as the Devils opened up, got the first bucket of the game, a 3-pointer on the other side. Devils went back and forth. They were down 8-4, went on a 7-point run to take an 11-8 lead, 11-10, 13-10, and then at the end of the quarter, bam on both sides, Devils lead after one, 16-14. Second quarter, Devils took a good run of 9 points, got up 27-15, gave a basket, a 3-pointer up, but then went on another run of 11 points, 36-18, doubling them up, went in at half, 40-22. Third quarter, very slow, but we picked it up and added the last 10 points of the quarter, 52-28. And in the fourth quarter, a continued give a basket, make three, and it close it out at 68-37.
And 1-1 on the season. They learned some things, some valuable lessons just in 2 games, and now you go up to Rock Island on next Friday, and then these young kids you're probably gonna play. Our team is probably going to play a Rock Island team that's probably similar to what we had last year. They're going to be strong. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to be quick. They're going to pressure you. And hopefully these 2 games that these kids learn their mistakes from can learn from that. Another week of practice underneath Coach Douglas. They'll probably have a day off tomorrow, most likely on a Sunday, and get back at it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then boom, off you go up to play your first big conference game against probably the favorite to win it between Rock Island and East Moline. But I would never count the Blue Devils out, but they're going to have to play well to get into that conference title run.
Rock Island was loaded last year. They beat us at the end of the season.
Right.
They added Arthur Abbey from Moline, who was looking at coming here, the rumor was. And then they added from Riverdale some 6'7" kid.
Right.
So they've loaded up, and we already talked about the conference, already going to be tough as it is. So we're in the middle, and it's going to be a good look. You can come up and steal some.
And there's going to be some teams waiting to play us because of what we've had the last 4 years. So this is a chance for them to sort of, all right, well, it's our turn. But I'll tell you, I got so much confidence in Andy Douglas. I just the way that he coaches, the way that he works with the kids. I would never count them out of any game till that final buzzer goes off and the final score is up there. That's when you could say, okay, we got beat.
People are starting to head out here. We're not, though. We've still got Andy here. Let's look at the scoring for the Blue Devils, who are now 1-1. Lots of scoring out there. They were been scoring by Woodson. He had 14 points. Ruth had 11. Clausell had 9. Also 9 points for Humphrey off the bench. He did a nice job out there. Wilson Freiberg off the bench had 8. We dropped down to 5 points for Trollbridge right there at the end, hitting the bucket and the three-pointer. Nice job. Beeston hit a 3. You hit a three-pointer by Tim Griffith off the right side. I was surprised that's all he had tonight. And then you drop down a 2-pointer by Poulter late. Salisbury had 2. And then in the game but not scoring. No, Tate was not in, but Nas Kelly did get in there and did not score. And that was it. Everybody else did get in the scoring column. So good job for the Devils. The other side for Gateway, who is now 0-2. They had 3 guys in double figures. Bruno Cross had 11. Sarp, heading the way, had 10. And then 10 for Hansi as well. And then you drop down three-pointer by Sefci.
What number was he?
34. 35.
There you go.
Yep, at number 35. And rounding it out, 2 points for Yaz. And that wraps it out for 37, although I only had 36. So I'm home watching where my 1 point is. So
you'll find it.
You got it there. Is that your scoring out there? Again, that would be glad to sponsor that if anyone wants to ever do a scoreboard. We're pretty flexible out here. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the post game a little more. We'll have Coach's comments brought to you by Kunis Auto Group, and they are with Coach Douglas. This has been a great win for the Blue Devils here. 68-37, wrapping up the 54th Thanksgiving tournament right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Kunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at MeccaSportsCo.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@MeccaSportsCo, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/MeccaSportsCo. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.
And back at Quincy High, Wellman and Longo post-game show brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms and company. Jeff the Biscuit Maker, he's there early in the morning for the biscuits. So
I meet Jim McNeil there quite a bit on mornings.
Mac, I'll be darned. Speaking of Mac, congratulations, Mike McCullough and Parker Freiberg.
Yes.
Hall of Famers here. And
a special night. I mean, I've been fortunate to be in a couple Hall of Fames, and that night and that build up, and a lot of people think, oh, you just walk out there. But when you stand out there and they read, it's a thrilling moment, and it recognizes what you did in high school and what you've done. So Parker was a student when I was there, and the McCulloughs, I grew up with the McCulloughs over in the old neighborhood. They were a couple blocks away, but the Kearns and the Leahys and the Sebbings and the Howertons and, oh, man, the
There's
Gowers.
a lot of trouble there.
Oh, man.
You get over there near the Elmores, too. And
the Elmores over on the
Earst.
triangle, yeah.
On East. Oh, my goodness. And, of course, that would take you to, what's his name, that used to have the big house that Napide lives in now. I can't think of his name. And I want to say Poulter, but that's not right.
No, that's not it. I got it on the tip
but
of my
I
tongue,
know there
too.
was a 2 o'clock in the morning Jay Elmore's bachelor party. There was a whole bunch of people down there swimming. So, that's some fun stuff out here. Well, tell you what, Coach, it's, again, to watch the new team for us. And, and again, this is like 4 years ago, watching some of those guys that came on that were really going to be impact players. Some of them took a little while along the way. But watch that growth and get better each year. This team, you take out the high spots, and then when you get to practice, that's when you break down the things to work on.
I guess there's one thing that I want to tell people that are listening, and eventually you're going to make your way out here, or if you've been here and you have heard, okay, well, the Blue Devils are going to be down here a little bit, I think you need to come out and watch and see the development from game one to hopefully, maybe we'll get a regional. Maybe we'll get a regional here. But come out and watch these kids develop, and it's not going to be the same type of basketball that you've seen in the past. I mean, that's you might as well get that in your mindset that it's not going to be that way. It's not going to be that athletic team that can go up and down the court and score at will like we did over the last 4 years.
So a couple dunks in there.
Yeah, but you know what? You just got to come out, you got to watch, and you got to be supportive. It's easy to support a winning team. It's easy to do that. But you got to come out and support these kids no matter what their record is, no matter what's going on, because they're trying their hardest.
By the way, congratulations on the other side of town for the Hall of Fame people there. I never saw a list, but I did see when they were putting them out there, and this was kind of nice. Rick Gingebacher's daughters, who were all of them were studs, but Carly, Cassidy, and Kristen all went in together.
Oh, did they?
Yes. And so Rick put a picture on the online, and it was so funny. He puts online with him and Kendra and says, we're the only two in the family not in the Hall of Fame because, of course, Becky Berger in the Hall of Fame here is a great shortstop for the Blue Devils and then went on to ISU. She could play ball. And so and that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
But I think they're having a makeup for their award ceremony.
Oh, are they?
They canceled it.
Oh, tonight? And they canceled it?
At Notre Dame, yeah.
I'll be darned.
They canceled the Hall of Fame.
They forgot to get a hold of me and let me know.
Yeah, they canceled all their games, and they canceled the Hall of Fame. There's no games over at Notre Dame.
I did not realize. But see here, our teams were already here.
Yes.
But weren't they playing Brown County tonight maybe or somebody?
I'm not sure.
And excuse us, folks. I usually don't tell us when we don't know something. We're just trying to figure it out there. But we're waiting for Andy Douglas out here as we'll get up the post-game show. And it's kind of nice being back in the gym. Last year, 70 games all over the place, 14,000 miles on the road. I blew away the year before, which was 8,000 or 9,000. And so good stuff, and it's just so much fun following all the teams, too. Like I said, last week it was kind of nice to see, or this week, the Notre Dame team going to Moline, a Western Big Six team, and showing what they've got as well. So
and I love reading the stories about how they walk to the top of the rafter. It's a beautiful building.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I did this for years and years with Tim Kincherf when we were doing it, and that was my favorite place to go. It's just great, and their popcorn's fabulous.
What was not my favorite, though, was the church pew that we're in.
Oh, yeah.
Right behind the scoring table.
And you got to look down and underneath.
And then if you've got guys like Danny and Joe from Moline who are young guys and loud, and they're fun. They really are. So I go, Pettit and I now go.
Up?
Almost. We go to the back row of the reserve section. One of the guys told me nobody ever sits there, and we sit in the back row, put our camera up on a ledge behind us so it doesn't have to move.
Okay.
And I have everything on my lap, and I'm working off my lap. And then when the girls play, we go down to the front row because they're not reserved seats, and we're right over the court.
Yeah, one year we went up to the top rafters.
That's scary.
Oh, yes. I mean, you are looking down, but you talk about a view and talk about patterns being run and fast breaks and stuff like that, you can really see a lot up. My wife sort of argues with me a little bit. When I go to sporting events, I like to sit up high. I like to sit down and look. I mean, down neat right there is great, but I'd like to see the movement, and that Wharton Fieldhouse is right there. They have the best popcorn, and Jacksonville is second best with the popcorn.
There you go, the bowl. And, I'll tell you up there, too, that got named one of the best gyms, as did Quincy High. It's in the book by Vincent Johnson. It came out. Did you not see that book? It's the best 150 courts in Illinois.
Yeah. I've not read it, but, I've seen it.
I'll show you mine. And Blue Devils are in there, and they're high up on the list as far as, of course, our greatest show on earth is before our game. There's nobody can match that. And they're right with that. There was NBA teams and many college teams that can't do that. Which is pretty impressive. Ben Shelp, there you go. You got your work cut out for you this year. Lots of fun there, too. So, really it's kind of nice that all the people are kind of hanging out. I did need to find out the workers theme with the yellow jackets and all that, unless they just figured, hey, on the way home.
We'll ask Andy.
He might know.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
So as they're right behind him as well. That's Matt Longo, by the way. I'm Jeff Wildman. We're just kind of dilly-dallying here in the post game as we're waiting for Coach. Hey, we'll take a break by our sponsor, Hardee's. Make sure you get over there tomorrow and say, Brian Harms, those guys are pretty darn good. You're a smart guy for being on the post game show. And it's mechasportsco.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
Here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
All football.
Yep, no football. That's Coach Longo and I talking about a little football in the postseason at IHSA, and, of course, college the scene as well. Ryan Brown, the assistant coach for the Blue Devils, happy today. He's an Ohio State fan.
OH.
They did a good job there against Michigan as we give you a little extra, the Mecca Extra Sports. And we do mention one more time, too, we missed some games so far, but if you want to sponsor and you want to put your business in Mecca Sports Co., give us a call. We'll find a spot. And I tell you, that's the nice thing is we have the freedom to really promote yourself, too.
Right.
You know?
And you can customize it, like you said earlier. If it's like, oh, okay, well, this is what I would like to do, or this is what, just call.
Yep.
You can't hurt yourself by asking questions. You may not like the response that there is, but we'll work with you to see if something can be worked out.
Exactly there, too. And you got to remember, basketball's a long season it was a 60-game base schedule, so you've got to be with us for, all 60. We don't say, yeah, you can go with the boys only or the girls only. You could, and we probably would sit down and work with you there. But both teams are good, and it's just a young team here. So, again, mechasportsco.com, Dave and Lisa Pettit. Or you can even track me down, or you can track Coach Longo down. He knows so many people. He'll track us down. Actually, we'll put you on the sales market out there.
Just give me a holler. I'll work with anybody.
Indeed. Hey, it's the post game here. The Devils, by the way, won one more time, 68-37, after losing last night in the first game of their season in the abbreviated, I don't know what kind of name you want to put. It's almost like the COVID year, but there was fans here. They lost last night to Lindblom Eagles, 67-46 by 21. Lindblom won earlier today, so they were 2-0. They were going to play our sophomores, and instead decided the snow was actually, Lisa Pettit talked earlier today, they only had 4 inches in Rockford initially. And so basically the snow was just coming up there more.
Up north?
Yeah, which didn't make it the second wave, I guess. So we're not the weathermen, by the way. And
well, I hope I don't go out and see snow out there coming down when I go out there.
I think we're covered.
I think I'm driving to St. Louis in the morning.
That's the one thing, too, back in the old days of this when we did radio and that. And obviously, Chuck Daddy, a lot of times, was having to, have a deadline, or Dave Adam, or any of those guys. It was, come on, guys, you got to get out of here because I got to get in because I got to have a deadline. I got to have it in.
Yeah.
Where nowadays with technology online.
I can remember when I first started, we used to travel in groups of 4, the other radio station and us.
Right.
And we'd have to go and get pizza somewhere while they wrote their article. Matt had to write his article then because of the deadline. Well, then they got the what do you call those? The hot spots or the thing you can plug in to you can do the internet. So then he started doing it on the road. But, I mean, you got to have some quiet when you're putting a story together. You got to make sure the spelling's correct and all that type of stuff.
And unlike the old days, once it hit print, it was wrong. It was wrong.
Yeah.
Now, I had said something to Bowen Brockmiller, spells his name Boen. And I said, Matt, it's not spelled that way. It's spelled. I turned and looked 5 minutes later, just a couple years ago. Sure enough, it was changed. He was a soccer player, obviously. And I was like, there you go. So, hey, killing time out here as we will do. We didn't want to bore you with anything else, but here comes Coach Douglas. And, of course, his comments are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back. Coach Douglas, welcome, and thanks again for joining us as we wrap up the tournament. And, again, we've talked up here, and we talked before the game, too. This is a different transition this year because you got a whole bunch of new guys. So what you might have yelled at somebody that had the experience last year, we do a lot more teaching this year and give a little leadway because we are in that growing situation.
It is. I've been asking God for a lot of patience. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I've been doing a lot of praying in that area, and it's actually gone okay. I'm trying to be a little more calm with them because they are brand new to this. You look at guys like Joel's. Joel's played a ton of minutes for the sophomore group last year and had a really good year for him. He hasn't even had a full week of practice, and we've put a lot on his shoulders to go out and start and play some big minutes. And you could tell he's out of shape. He's got to get back into game shape, and he also has made some plays that he's not going to make as the year goes on. Smarter plays with the ball, more confident plays with the ball, and just from last night to tonight was a huge jump for him and all of our guys.
And that's what I was going to ask you. What did you see from last night to tonight that you improved on, but what did you see from last night to tonight that you say, oh, man, we got a ways to go?
We got a ways to go in every facet of the game. I mean, to be honest, we got a long ways to go. But the one thing that I was upset, I'll use that word, I was upset with the most was our energy, our attention to more detail. After watching the game, you watch it on the sideline and it's one thing, we didn't play well. And then you go back to film and watch it today or last night and today, and you realize it's a lot worse than I thought it was in areas. And, for us, it's every day we have to improve. We have to get better, and there was a lot of different things. The guys named 10 right off the bat that we had to improve on, communication being one, energy, pride in what we do on the defensive side of things, defensive positioning, big things and little things that we have to improve on, and tonight we took a major step.
And your body language to the kids is important too.
Absolutely.
Because if you start showing frustration and they look over there and they see you doing something, they're going to say, okay, what am I doing wrong? So there's a lot that comes back to you as a coach that you have to do, because there's one situation, names aren't important. It was 1-on-4, and we go in and try to make the layup, where you in your mind saying, okay, let's bring that ball back around and set it up. But they'll figure that out, and that comes through practice. And when you get back at it Monday and say, hey, these are the things I looked at, these are things that we have to work on.
Yeah, film doesn't lie, and you're right. I mean, how we handle things, I'm not going to lie. There was a time it's like, hey, get them out. If they're out of position, get them out. But the last thing you want is for these guys to go out and overthink things. I had a conversation with Joel's on the sideline tonight. You're overthinking. You're overthinking, and you're a really good basketball player when you don't think. You just go off of instinct. Go off of the type of player that you are, the talented player that you are, and these are. Every game that we're going to play is going to be and it was last year, but even more this year with guys that don't have that experience, it's going to be a learning process. We haven't set our lineup yet. Obviously, we have a couple guys that haven't even played, that are injured, hopefully we get one or two of those guys back next week. But every day in practice is a job interview, and we need guys to understand that. It's not that we don't like them. we want to play everybody, but that's not going to happen. So they got to stand out in an area. I thought Carter Trowbridge, for one, pointed him out. He came in and did his job. His job was knock down an open shot, which is great. But even more important is we talked about rebounding and how soft we were on the glass last night. And he comes in and hits guys 4 times and gets a rebound. And as a guy who's not the tallest guy on the floor, that means a lot to us as coaches and a lot to our team.
I use the terminology a lot. oxymoron, which is like jumbo shrimp.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
am I right in saying that you have to walk on eggshells with these kids, but at the same time you got to be tough on them?
We got to be
a fine
firm.
line.
There's no doubt about it. We have to be firm with them. That's how they're going to learn.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, going through coaching, kids don't care how much you know unless they know how much you care. And that's a big thing with us is everything we talk to them about when we're getting on them about something. It's not because we think they're a horrible basketball player, but it's the opposite. It's because we think that they can do better. And we want them to hold themselves, to a higher standard as well. And I think that's where improvement takes place.
Coach, and I'll wrap it up because I know Shane's down there waiting patiently as well. That's one thing I think noticing this year, too, or noticing in this game. You'll run a lot more sets this year and really working through it as we had the talent last year that we could run a set, but we could actually freelance on the offensive side. And on the defensive side, we got away from sometimes the 1-2-2, our basically our legend, because we could play man-to-man. This team, it looks like we can do some both, but we're maybe going back to the old school a little bit.
A little bit. Tonight we didn't play any zone because we were good enough in it. And to be honest, the way we play our zone, obviously it has zone principles, but a lot of it's matchup zone anyway. So we need to be great in the basis of what we do. We can have 30 plays, which if I showed you our play sheet, last year it was full of plays. And this year I had to, drag and delete, well over half of them. We're down to 25% maybe.
Keep it simple.
And that's what we have to do. We can't expect them to execute, X, Y, Z if we can't even execute our base offense. And tonight I think they showed that they can. But we're going to have to do that against the pressure that we're going to see next week.
Hey, good win. Way to get in the 1-1. Way to get out of this weekend. Let's get into a really nice weekend next weekend at Rocky and at Deerfield.
Yep. No, I appreciate the committee. I appreciate Chris Kling, our AD. There's a lot that goes into this, and this was one whale of a Thanksgiving tournament with all the curveballs that were thrown at us.
And it's over and it's done.
God willing, we got games in, and now it's time to move on.
Amen.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
Yeah, appreciate
We'll catch you
guys.
this week.
Thank you.
Take care,
And, of course, that's Andy Douglas. His comments are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back. When we hit Kunis, we'll come back and wrap up the Hardy's postgame right here from Blue Devil Gymnasium on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
Here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, Jeff Wellman and Matt Longo. And, Coach, good job hearing from Coach. A lot of things we talked about during the broadcast and about the coaching of a young team. And that's when you get a bunch of coaches on the same page. It's pretty easy because we sound like we are all saying the same thing because we've been around long enough and we understand it.
I just love listening to him because he has so much passion for the game of basketball. And he's got so much passion for the kids to do well. And I think that's what relates to this team doing what they're capable of doing when he needs them to do it.
Another thing I forgot to mention here tonight, too, as well, we lost. Of course, you used to broadcast for KZZK with Tim Kinscherf. I was over with Jim Bearden on the TAD side for Star Radio. And, of course, my producer was Bruce Terstegi. You had my good friend, the rock dog, Paul Erickson.
Right.
Paul passed away about a month ago.
Yes, he did.
And so what a great guy. I mean, the rock dog was awesome, so we think about that. Of course, we lost Lep last year. And it seemed like there was one more person I was going to mention in there, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned the rock dog because what a great guy who really loved it. And he used to listen over our side, too, and kind of touch base with what I was doing at Notre Dame while them Terstegi and him shared each night. So,
yep.
Well, Coach, your comments and your thoughts out of the first game that we did of the season and the last game of the tournament?
Be patient, people. Be patient. Let Coach Douglas and his staff put this team together. And, Don't worry about wins and losses right now. Even though everybody wants to win, be worried about how they're going to get better so that when the regional comes around that you're ready for every situation that could happen. And he talks about that. Make sure we make good decisions down the court. Make sure our passes are sharp. Make sure the set plays are run. There's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. There's going to be some games where they could get hammered this year. And be patient. Don't judge them because they're young and it's a whole new experience. Judge them when it comes to regional time when they're got their act together, and they're gonna learn. And I got all the trust in the world with that coaching staff.
And just remember all the years before and all the teams we've watched before. There have been years where we scratched our heads a little bit.
Oh yeah.
On that, and the COVID year was one of those. But and things work out. And bottom line, it's our community, it's our schools, it's our family. So win or lose, you walk away feeling great. And like Thanksgiving weekend, people coming back and they're checking in, or they might checking in on us. Good deal.
Good.
Well, go ahead. Coach got there with us for Thanksgiving, and the Blue Devils again win tonight. Can't remember the score. It was 68-30-something. 37. Thank you very much. And, of course, follow this week. I believe the Devils again. Girls at Geneseo on Monday. And then the Blue Devils girls are at Rocky Thursday. Devils are at Rocky Friday. Then Devils head to Deerfield as the girls head to Tipton, Missouri for a tournament.
Busy, busy, busy.
You got it. Thanks a lot, Coach. It's been a lot of blast.
Anytime you ask me, I'm always willing to help you out.
Especially when he has to drive all the way back to Florida in January.
Yep.
And there it is. Matt Longo, Jeff Wellman. Devils win here, and you've been listening and watching Blue Devil basketball. Western Big Six style? No, it was Thanksgiving style right here on megasportsco.com. Good night, everyone.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.